Hi, hello, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me on A Sure Thing powered by Hollywood as we wrap up the weekend's racing action on Sunday the 17th of August, racing on the Highveld at Turffontein. Good to have you along for the preview of this 9-race program that runs on the inside track and gets underway at 12:15. Having worked through the card, and by the time I got to the end of it, I thought to myself, can it be that you can make a case for every single favourite on this card to actually arrive? And there's some of them that looks very, very hard to oppose. And then I checked on the anti-post market prior to pre-recording the show, and we do have quite a few short price favourites on the day. And I've worked it out that according to my calculations, 7 of the 9 favourites should arrive, and that's how I'm going to preview this particular meeting. I'm looking at 7 of them to win, and 2 of them I'm going to try and beat. Many of you will say, if you are going for 7, you may as well go for all 9, and others will say, no, you can't make money, we're going to try and beat them. Whatever your preference, in a case like this, on a card like this, I do think the cream will rise to the top. If you can't beat them, join them. Play the doubles, the trebles, the all-to-comes, and hopefully you've structured them correctly to stand in the queue and collect, because that's what it's all about, picking the winners and making the money. First race is where I think we can start off on a winning note with number 8, Slender Silhouette. This will probably be the horse that many will be putting in as their first choice in the Hollywoodbet Punter Challenge. If you are going to be taking an entry, make sure your selection's on 5 minutes prior to the advertised starting time of the opener. Play the bet slip, because on a card like this, somebody's likely to get close to it, if not win it. And if you've played the bet slip, you win the double life-changing jackpot prize that is on offer, which these days is a minimum of 1 million rand. Now, in race number 1, I said we're going for number 8, Slender Silhouette. Gavin Larena, Sean Tarry, they team up. This look very, very hard to oppose. Show the natural improvement from first to second start. Brings good Cape Town form to the Highveld. The only negative is that Slender Silhouette has been off the track for quite some time, 22 weeks to be exact, but in this time I do think she would have strengthened up, would have matured, and with any amount of natural progress to come, will be a tough nut to crack. I'm going 8, Slender Silhouette. Will also enjoy the step up to 1200 with Gavin Larena to win it, ahead of number 1, Actuary. Third, I'm going 9, Warm Reception, and fourth, number 3, Jet of War. Second race on the day is a maiden plate for 3-year-old fillies. 8 runners will line up at the 1200, and here we have the shortest price favourite on the day, and that is number 8, Saragossa Cat. The Argentine import from the stable of Jan Janssen van Vieren. Gavin Larena could ride a quick double. This horse made a promising debut over the course and distance and was second best first time out when showing toe from the get-go. Would have gained from that run under the belt. Any amount of improvement to come will be a tough nut to crack. From 0.4 short of 0.33 in the anti-post call, one that we all think should end up in the number 1 box. 8, Saragossa Cat is the selection, ahead of 1, Amaze Me, 3, Concordia, and 6, Lucky Chance are the numbers race number 2. First leg of the bipod, 12:50 is the off time of race 2. 13:25 the off time race 3. First leg of the place accumulator. A maiden plate for 3-year-olds with 7 runners will line up at the 1600 metre mark. And here I'm again looking no further than the odds-on favourite, number 3, Alpha World. Currently 0.63 to 1 in the anti-post market on Hollywoodbets.net. And I do think Gavin Larena, right in the first 3 favourites, can unsaddle all 3 in the number 1 box and give Jan Janssen van Vieren also a quick double. This also improved from first to second outing. Those were over 1200, and I do think will enjoy going up to 1600 metres, because this is a horse that liked to race up there with the pace. Was a little bit green on debut, lacked to finish, but next time out was in touch and was staying on nicely in the closing stages of the race, which certainly tells me that this horse will enjoy going a little bit further. Should also strip a whole lot fitter second run after rest. So 3, Alpha World, the selection, ahead of 1, World Order. For third, number 2, So American, and fourth, number 6, Step Into It. Fourth race, first leg of the pick 6, and you need to be on by 2 o'clock. Maiden plate, 3-year-old fillies, 9 runners, will line up at the 1600 metre mark. Initially, I thought you need 2 runners to safely get you through, but having had a closer look at it, I'm looking no further than number 1, Matchament. currently 0.83 to 1 in the antipose market on Hollywoodbets.net. This horse has been a little bit expensive to follow because this horse was runner-up in his last 3 starts, the last of which was at Hollywoodbets Greyville, where this horse was really challenging strongly all the way to the wire, but found one too good on the day. Comes back from a well-deserved break. I do think owes us if one looks at the form line, and that last run's form line was franked by the horse that finished just behind them in third, called Blackjack Randall, who has subsequently given that form line a boost. So I do think that Macho Mint is overdue a win, and with Muzieni on board, can make the difference. So let's go. 1 Macho Mint to win race 4, ahead of 7 Special Star. Third, number 5, Amber's Fate, and fourth, number 2, Zara Dominia. First leg of the first jackpot is race number 5, a graduation plate where 8 runners will line up at the 1600 metre mark. And again, I'm going for the favourite. This time it's number 5, Pioneer Square. From the stable of Candace Dawson, she's got Serena Moodley doing duty. A model of consistency if you look at this horse's form line. I thought there was a very, very good post-maiden run when second over 1800 metres. Now drops back in trip to 1600 metres. Will be showing toe from the get-go and will be staying on nicely at the business end of affairs. And I do think a repeat of that last run will definitely make 5 Pioneer Square very, very competitive. So the selection is 5 Pioneer Square to beat 6 Pennsylvania, 2 Dance King, and 1 Chestnut Bomber. Race 6, first leg of Jackpot 2, 15.10 is when you need to be on. And in this race, a merit rated 90 handicap, when 9 runners will line up at the 2000 metre mark, I'm siding with number 1, The Ultimate King. This could be Gavin Arena's 4th win of the afternoon. Tony Peter and Gavin Arena, they team up. In fact, this horse is going for its 4th win on the trot. The last win was quite easy, over 2,000 metres when running out a clear-cut winner to win it by just over 2 lengths. The horse that finished second that day was a horse called In Flame, who has subsequently come out and franked that form line. And the way this horse geared down to victory last time out tells me there's more to come. So, 1 The Ultimate King to win it, ahead of 4 Luce Verde. For third, I'm going with number 6 Eiger Sanction, and fourth, number 5 American Rebel. 7th race on the card is a merit rated 91 handicap to be won over 1200 metres. And here we've got number 5, Pretty Persuasive. Favoured at even money, returns from a 13-week break. Next on offer is number 1, Franceline. From 2.86 out to 3.03 to 1, returns from a 28-week break. I'm looking to beat both those with the Mike and Adam Azzi trained number 3, Summer Winter. This horse now gets the services of Samango Kamalo on board. If you look at the form, a model of consistency. Those 2 most post-maiden runs particularly catch the eye, over 1200 and 1000 metres respectively. She's a speedy sort. She'll be up there from the get-go, and I do think Kamalo from pole position will have the run of the race, and if this horse kicks away at the right time, showing all that toe, will be hard to peg back in the run to the wires. I'm going 3 Summer Winter to beat number 1 Franceline, 5 Pretty Persuasive, and 7 Saigon Susie. Penultimate race, 8th race on the programme. Merit rated 74 handicap, fillies and mares to be run over 1200 metres. Here number 1 Rifle Queen is at even money, and I'm looking no further than her. Winner of her only start to date. I thought she won her debut run quite impressively when she beat Clever Trevor, who has subsequently come out and franked that form line by winning next time out. I do think that Rifle Queen would have come on with the benefit of that run under the belt, and with any amount of natural progress to come, will be a tough nut to crack, and coupled with the fact that this horse returned coughing, makes it a win full of merit. So 1 Rifle Queen is the selection in race 8 to beat number 3 Blushing Bloom, 4 Princess Lola, 2 on the run. And that takes us on to the final event, race 9. 16:55 is the off time of the last of the afternoon, a graduation plate with 9 runners to face the starter at the 1200 metre mark. A race where you could probably make a case for a number of them. The favourite here is number 2 Rodeo Drive, Craig Zaki, Sean Terry, at 2.5 to 1. This horse is a model of consistency, and that was certainly a decent effort in a listed event last time out. 4 Beyond Ironside from 3.33 to 1 has shortened in to 3.03 to 1, but does return from a 25-week break. 4 to 1 number 3, Sylvan Warrior. And then there's 8 Nyaka, who shortened from 4.55 to 1 into 4 to 1, and that in fact is my first choice selection in the last race on the card. Going to try and beat the favourite here. Tony Peter, Calvin Habib, they team up for the last of the afternoon. This horse has been a model of consistency, shows toe from the get-go, and in fact last time out was second best to a horse called Jan van Gooyen, who subsequently went on to frank this form line at grade 1 level and in fact won the Equus Award for that performance. So we're going 8 Nyaka to win it, ahead of number 2 Rodeo Drive, 3 Sylvan Warrior, and 4 Beyond Ironside. And that's it for our preview of racing on Sunday at Turffontein. Let's hope the cream rises to the top, that you find the winners, you structure it correctly, you go and stand in the queue at the end of the day, and you collect having picked all those winners. Hit them hard. Till next time from me, Rouvaun, you take care. Cheers for now.